spirit of wisdom, spirit of knowledge, the spirit of understanding, and the spirit of conveyance into your hands. I set my spirit to disclose to my beloved friends and readers the following message. Greetings, my beloved friends of the JerusalemAssembly.org. I am Ruben D. Garcia. It's been a while since I had the opportunity to address you and discuss the topics of the current spiritual events. I apologize for my absence, but I assure you I had very good reasons, in which I will share with you for the next 3 videos. I had to be straightforward and from the honest of my heart. My videos, of course, brings great news. I can assure you that. But at the same time, like anything in our part of our life now, there's always 2 sides to every story. Or at least, to situation, to events, and especially when are such important as it is through humanity. Many of you have followed me throughout the years in all my spiritual writings, in my website, for example, the JerusalemAssembly.org. I've disclosed to you the events that were to become part of a massive change, and I always establish them and support them to be the message that I received in 1981, on December 21st, believe it or not, on 25th, which was the actual date, in 1981, in which they disclosed. At the time, it was a little bit fearful and frightful message, and it took me a while to reason, even though in hesitation, in thinking over and over again that what it was given to me, how will you explain it? I pretty much put it away, like most any human will do. But in 1987, everything changed. I was given what I call the apocalyptic scenario for our, shall we call it, down spiral journey of our society, not only to the United States, but to the world. And I was able to complete a novel that was published called God Chosen Ones. Now, it is from this point of reference that I want to address the issue. Plain and simple, my beloved readers and friends. I am not going to sugarcoat, like most of us have been used to throughout our life, to be given a medicine to whatever condition we may have in. And this one is a spiritual, of course. And a lot behind it is a divine purpose. I cannot deny or cannot say in any way, form, to give you, but that, yeah, there were 2 approaches. There were 2 potential back in 1987 that were shared with me. I'm sorry, it's been a hot day today, as I was outdoors. And it put me, I became very fearsome. And I figured if I didn't pay any attention before 1987, I figured I would go away. Well, in 1987, there were issues that manifested that it was not going to be. We were in crisis. There was all things going on. We were bound for World War III, literally to some destructive manner to the end of this planet. So it has been said that in 1991, for those that will understand this, I don't mean to offend of you, because you got to remember, we have been conditioned, and I've been a psychologist, can tell you that we've been conditioned to certain, responses to certain things that can go or adhere to the things that we have learned or they're not. You have that choice. It's called free will, and that is what is being tested in the next few weeks. So going back to that 1991-93, when another portion of the message was revealed that man had an opportunity to go ahead and change that route. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, we were bound to war, a nuclear war, a World War III. And if I can share with you, let me put it this way. Had Mr. Obama not won our presidency back during the time that he did, it would have been the other person, we would have been in World War III. But a message went away, or shall we say, a message was sent to the universe, to the galaxy. I would say in this case, to the heavens. I'll detail this more in following videos and writings. It was then that it was taken, and they all agree in this case, how we're going to call it the truth as it is. The Council of Light decided that it was time to preserve Earth. Earth, as we know it, is called Gaia. That is the name, Gaia. Mother Earth, as we call it, nature. Everything that encompasses this Earth is Gaia, is Earth. And we just happen to be the inhabitants of it. Or not only, one of them, because there are many called the creatures too. So it went out and it was decreed that yes, there was a need to do something. So in a way, humanity was given the opportunity, again, in the aspect of our free will, to choose. For those of you that remember the Matrix at the beginning, there was a simple rule that was given to one of the characters, the main character. Choose the blue pill or the red pill. Let's use that as an example for us today. Well, it came the time that we had to choose. Gladly, I can tell you that by the year 1997, mankind chose wisely. The selection was wisely. From that time on, it embarked in various aspects. I can go in various details, but I can tell you that celestial being came to this earth and began to work in behalf of Mother Earth, Gaia, this planet. Alongside that, humanity, mankind, you and I, everyone on this earth, was to also go through some degree of, shall we call it for this period now, shift. You'll hear a lot of this, you have heard a lot of this in various channels by various people that can receive messages and pass it on. I know this since 1987, 91, 93. What I was waiting was for the moment that I realized that I can be assured something would have changed the mind and the heart of America. And that happened on 9/11. You all remember that incident. It was viewed throughout the whole world. We saw it in actual time. It was not something that just simply came over in the news because somebody made a story to make it dramatic. It was real. And we saw suffering. And in turn, America devoted a period of compassion, caring, benevolence, and attitude unprecedented, even far beyond the wars that we had before, especially our nation. That was our beginning. And it has been in our historical records right now, as you know, 9/11, and we remember. So it comes to my point now. So we, given, or at least us, by own conscience, by own efforts, by own emotions, made that choice, and we chose, or at least we made a choice that was wise. And I was glad, because then I knew that by the time I was already seeking to publish my novel. Trust me, I tried various agencies to try to see if they will consider publishing it with some financial support. I found more closed doors than you can imagine. If you're new in the business of writing, nobody's going to support you, let's put it that way, unless you are already a famous established author. But I still held my belief in a great source, which you shall know in the next months. And that great source provided the means financially to have it published. We exhausted the publication. There's some around, and what I can tell you is that even though the information that I disclosed originally in this novel, certainly half of it was avoided. what I consider the most important one, the nuclear war, the pestilence. Literally, it would have been an era of desolation, as the Bible calls it. Finally, the other half of this novel, God Chosen One, it is still taking place. Yes, and here's what I want you to be. This is my first video to give you the, shall we call it, the foundations of what is to come. First of all, you need to be very strong. I cannot emphasize the importance of you being strong. Right here from my office, okay, in East Tennessee of the Jerusalem Assembly, I convey to you the urgency for you to consider the strength, not only of your faith, and be careful. Here's what I had to be very careful how I address it. Faith is not so much in what you believe, which is what we have learned throughout the years, many years of our life. Faith is far more than that. It's part of our free will. It is our free will that allows us to think beyond the horizon. Allow the inventor to conceptualize in his mind, or the artist that paint what is it that he wants to go into the canvas. It's believing in something that too many others may not be. And there are steps that we're taking now. The year 2012, December 21st of 2012 was the beginning of a change. Okay, I call it the era of restoration. We're now through a period of what I call it the Affirmations. There are 3 phases in this period of this year, especially 2021. The pandemic, it was nothing but a pothole on the road. Let's let me say that way. Yes, it has changed our life, it changed our ideology, it changed our point of view of things, and it passed. It's going to pass. I can tell you that. I can assure you that. It will pass. It's already being deemed that it will pass. There'll be other things, but this pandemic will be history. The thing that we must focus on now is the year 2021 to 2024. But I'm considering right now the next few months. Ever since that somewhere between the April 10th to 11th, depending on which way calendar you keep for days, it began a period of emotional affirmations. And this is where not only what I like to call as faith, it is going to be put to the test. Much is going to be revealed for the next few weeks. I want you to be ready. That's what I'm making this effort. I am not here to gain popularity. I'm not here to change your mind or anything. You choose. You have the free will. You choose the blue pill or the red pill. You're the one to choose the journey that you will take. Which reality you're going to exist. The earth is changing, folks. My beloved friends, my dearest reader, the earth is changing. You may not see it, but I live in the mountains up here in East Tennessee, and I can tell you, I can see it in the animals, the birds, every creature that I get to see. It seems to be, yes, there is a different change. And even the trees, Mother Nature, our earth, our Gaia, is changing. And it's changing rapidly now. It began in 2019, prior to the pandemic. And it is at pick-up speed, folks. We're no longer the first, second, or third gear. We are in overdrive right now. 2021 is the shift of the overdrive. And that's what I want to relate to you today. There are 3 codes that was given to me back in 91 and 93. And they are, of course, included in the novel. The days are different. What I did is that the character, I placed it on an emotional journey. Okay, from soldiers to elderly, and for people that were forgotten. The novel, the character depict what is happening right now. As I said, in the beginning of middle of April, we enter a period that I call, some people want to call it vindications. I just like to call affirmation. In fact, one of my articles that I just finished completing up here on my computer, okay, you can see it over here, it's already been posted at my webpage, www.thejerusalemsummit.org. You must read it. It is imperative. It goes along with this article. So since, as I mentioned, since mid-April, we are now moving into a different era. Oh, this era, it's going to be one that will test the core of your conscience, but it is going to be good. For those of you who have a strong belief, for those of you who manifest and create in their mind the seeking, be a Christopher Columbus, or the inventor or the painter, okay, be the Leonardo da Vinci, the Michelangelo, all of the ones that depicted in their mind what they wanted to do, especially the Sistine Chapel. It was done by, Michelangelo. I've been there, let me tell you, it's a masterpiece. So at this point in our life, our emotions are going to be tested. But you have to remember, we're not talking about the physical emotions that we've so been used to all this time. It's a spiritual emotion. That which you believe. And I don't want to coach you, like I said earlier, this with sugar and all that be nice so you'll be able to swallow it. But at least I like you to put it in your mouth. If it's bitter, it's okay. Like my mother used to, it's bitter, spit it out. But you know what? There are certain things with bitters that are good for us, and this is one of those things, okay? All right, here it is. April, beginning. The midpoint of this is coming, and that's May the 26th. Actually, for me, I would say it was May 25th. On May 25th, 26th, there are certain events. Some people already know. So those of you who are interested in the cosmic relationship that exists in the universe, whatever it is going, if you keep the track of the lunars and so on, there will be a shift. There will be some sort of a event. Now, it won't be visible by everyone. This is the key here, and this is what I would not quote it. Okay? In my previous articles, I have shared with you the notion of awakening. It is an awakening. It is waking up from a slumber over thousands of years, unconditioned situations that basically enslave humanity. Revelations, I love the article, the chapter in Revelation in the Bible because it can manifest so many things. But one of the greatest things about it is the manifesting that trust, belief, and now not only in society or an ideology, but trusting within yourself because the Spirit of God is in all of us. Yeshua, Jesus, was right. Even though that was the main source of his ministry, it was the one that identified that God, it wasn't within us. We can talk to God directly by talking to the Spirit within us and say directly to the Spirit, Spirit, help me to understand what is that you want me to know. What is that you want me to learn? And God will do that. That God, that influence that you have is known as the source. And you will learn in the future that that is his name. And that he loves every single human being, no matter of what creed, race, or any. He loves us all unconditionally, which is actually the journey and destiny of humanity. It may take a little while, okay? Now, you have heard a lot about the rapture. I'd like to tell you that, Berta, there's most of you would like to know that the rapture will exist. Well, is that your belief? I would say, hold to it. Be truthful to it. But I will share with you that the word rapture is misleading. Actually, it's called ascension. But we need to be very aware that the ascension that we're talking about, it deals with the conscience, with our hearts and our soul. And that is what makes the whole thing different. Not simply by the fact of saying, I do this or I do that or I disclose this or that. No, it's for something that you have to manifest within yourself. And to that, you have to recognize and accept that the Spirit of God, the great sword, the great Yahweh, Jehovah, the great I am, is within you. You are a part of Him. There's no need literature to tell you that. There's no need societies or agencies to tell you that. It is within you. Remember always what the Messiah, the Lord of this earth, Jesus said. Okay? That He is within us and we are one with Him. This is the key to the events unfolding since April. I have already decided that 3 days, 72 hours prior to, you all talking about the 3 days of darkness. You're going to hear a lot about that. Well, the concept of 3 days of darkness is not like the sun will go dark. No, it won't. You may get cloudy, but not dark. If there's any darkness, it's going to be the nighttime. And you're already used to that. What we're talking about is the emotional confusion. Because I don't want to use the word upheaval. Use the word upheaval, think this doomsday. No, it isn't. But we have to go through. Every single human being is going to be affected. Those that are expecting it, those that are awakened. In other words, those that are already so much in tune on what's going on, are the ones that will witness this and be at ease. The ones that are not expecting it, when it happens, they're going to be confused. Imagine, let me give you a simple sample. Imagine being in a theater. And your conscience always, when you walk in to see where's the exit, emergency exit, and you know where to be at in case of what you have to do. Okay, I as a pilot can tell you that we practice various times what would happen if the engine quit, to be able to act accordingly. Well, that's what it is. For those that are awake and already expected that something's going to happen, and they're just going to basically remain relaxed. And that's basically what it's asking us. Please trust, believe, and relax. Okay? In fact, I was told this very clearly 2 months ago. They said, we expect for humanity to feel like a king, but behave like a child. It may sound a little odd, shall I say the least, but it's reality. Think with wisdom, with the knowledge, with the seeking of truth. But at the same time, before others, you act joyful, content, happy. Just as a child does that has no guilt, all he has innocence. And it makes sense because that is what we're going to need within the next few days. On May 26th of this year, 2021, an event will take place. Now, it may be seen by some, it may not by others. But 72 hours, 3 days after that event, okay, that's the first code. 3 days event will begin to have an emotional change. Okay? After the 3 days, begin the countdown of 6 days. During the 6 days, there is going to be revelations. Not the revelations of the Bible, but let's use the word disclosure that are going to rock the core of your conscience. And that is the aspect that I need to make you aware of. Those 6 days are basically the most important, and they're going to test your soul, your spirit, and your faith. After the completion of those 6 days, okay, they begin a ninth. That's the third code that I have. The third code, the 9th day ends in June, the 11th to the 12th. Again, depending on how you keep a calendar, where your evening begins and where it begins and where it ends. So you got that period of time of those days. I call them the 3 codes, the 3, 6, and 9. On the 9th, it begins then the transformation. Okay? Use the period in which now you go through realizing, finding out, And that is the glorious, for those of you that want to see the media go down the drain, oh, expect that then. Because the media will not know how to what? How to relate what's going on. There will be speculations, there'll be critical discussions and everything. I can tell you that right now. Turn the TV off. Trust the Spirit of God that is on you. Relax, let him be. Walk in nature. Drink fruits, juices, everything that allows you to manifest your unity. That's it, the unity with Mother Earth. Oh, yeah. In my book, I mentioned earthquake, the pestilence. I mentioned certain crises, society crisis. You're going to have emotional crisis. You're going to have secular crisis, folks. And this is another one that I want to touch up toward on the next video. When the confusion starts, when there's so much, it's going to be a conglomerate with an explosion of ideologies that you're going to sit there and go like, wow, where does all this come from? But instead of helping you, okay, get a clear picture, it's going to obscure everything. It's going to basically create more drama. And that's what I say, get rid of TV. The internet, I wouldn't even trust it because basically, I hope to be around. If not, maybe I may not. After all, there is coming a new transformation, a new evolution, okay? So therefore, I may be around here, okay? If not, then maybe I'll be on the other one. But as long as I'm here, I will be discussing with you and I will be guiding you with what the feelings are. Because if you are going to look for answers, and don't get offended, because I know some of you will, going to a secular building, I'm going to put a building, seeking an answer to what is it that is questioning you, what's got you confounded about what's going around, they're not going to have the answers. Because the answer is within you. You have the answer. You are the book, and you are the one that is judging your own cover of your own book, and you have not opened it to begin to read the chapters. You have to do that. And that's what we're going through for this 3 code periods that I call it, the 3, 6, and 9. The 26th of May, it's critical. It is when the gun goes off and the race begins, folks. All right? There's no gray matter. There's nothing in between. It's either black or white. It's either the light or darkness. Is darkness going to continue trying to provide, to give us the hardship we have? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's when you're going to require to be what? Strong and secure. And knowing that God is in you. I'll say it again. God is in you. Okay? And there is the time that saying you will, and I say it in these words, please, dear Spirit of God, that you are in me. Please help me to understand. Please help me to understand what you want me to understand. That's all. And so it is. The rest of it is let God, let the source give you then the feelings. And there are hundreds, thousands, legions of angelic beings right now ready to help humanity. They want humanity to resolve and get out of this old traditional way that would have bound us to that journey of destruction and of mankind. And they want humanity now to rise above all. This is the hour of the phoenix. Remember the old proverbial phoenix, flashes go back. That is it. We are it now. Yes, we're going to ascend. Yes, we're going to become a different unity and everything. But we got to go through this. We got to. There's no way. You cannot, you can choose things, but you cannot avoid this. So on this first video, that's what I wanted to share with you. 3, 6, and 9. Remember those dates. The first 3 days begin on the 26th. Okay? Then 6 days is within where you have a lot of disclosure. You're going to have a lot of disclosure for you're going to go like, whoa. And one of those is be ready. I know this for a long time. We're not alone. This concept that we're the only one in this whole beautiful galaxy, no, we're not. I'm sorry to be a little blunt, but we're not. And much is going to be disclosed. Don't be afraid. If they wanted to hurt us a long time ago, they would have done it. The damage we caused by us. We were influenced by their input, but we would have done our own damage. Okay? We were the one who pushed the red button for the big missiles to go and destroy whatever part of the country we want to destroy. And then that country would retaliate. And it would have been a big mess. I could have tell you that back then, that was one of the issues I was worried very much, because I was saying, it takes any nut guy, forgive me, don't offend anybody, to push the red button. Okay? We had pilots that have run airplanes with passengers in the back into mountains, into done things. So what fault is the people in the back had for individuals to take actions like that? But thank God, thank to the source, thank to the creatures, thank to the great council of light that existed, that has brought about acknowledgement to say, no, we will not allow this. And I can guarantee you, no matter what the darkness out there may want to do, and all those leaders, you're going to find a lot of characters that you never thought were so deep involved in areas that now, in the future, are going to be disclosed. It has come. It is on its way. So, getting back in the summary here real quickly, because I do get excited, because I've been wanting to say this. Please, 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 go to my website, www.thejerusalemeassembly.org. Please read my articles. Listen, there's articles that I wrote a year ago, this time, about the numbers 3, 6, and 9, and how they're interact with the universe and with humanity. You must read those two. There's two of them. And the reason I want you to do that, because I knew this a year ago, and I was already putting it on writing, and here I am trying to reestablish this again by helping you to understand what is going to happen during this 3, 6, 9 period, this 3 year. It is imperative to know how you're going to act. How is it going to be your conscience? How is it going to be your heart, your soul, your spirit? How are you going to think about your family? Okay? I know there's a lot of things going around now. Oh, economic chaos. We go to economic chaos. There's going to be lack of food. There's going to be, okay, so going to be lack. We'll be the nation that be throwing waste foods from earth. You go eat outside, and what you don't eat goes into the garbage. And yet, we never thought that half of the world is going to hungry, especially children. So our conscience has been made to change. However, the choice is yours. You have to make the choice, my friends. That is your free will. That is part of the Spirit of God. No other creature has except humanity. It's a tool of grandiose. It's epic. Once you put it to good use, believe me. And I'm looking forward in the next couple of videos to expand a little bit more on it. But remember this. Be strong. This is the subject, the core of this. Be ready, because yes, things are going to happen. Yes, they are going to be. Remember, you have to have darkness and light. They coexist. But light is winning. Light, faith, benevolence, compassion, and unconditional love is winning. And we are the masters at it. We are the ones that are working with it. Not through faith, but through loving God. All I want you to now to recognize is that as you love Him, have you sought Him all of your life now? Your test is coming. It is Him you have to seek. You can't seek me, even though I already know part of it. Okay, this is for me. But you got to seek yourself. You are the one that seeks it upon. Work on it. And give yourself, okay, they believed to know the truth. Jesus was right. The three ways in life. Okay? The way. What is the way? The straight way. Okay? What is light? Well, light is what we're going through now. It's what gives life. Light gives life. And those two together makes the truth. And that's what this is all going to be about it the next few days. 2021, the year 2021 is going to be for the records, folks. For the records. Believe it. I want you to believe it. Okay? I will be here for you. Okay? I will continue. Visit my website, please. It is imperative. I think they will find it a lot of encouragement in there and disclosure about all the spiritual endeavor that we're going through. There's a lot of happiness right now happening. Believe me, there's a lot of joy going around. A lot of people happy. Trust me, there's a lot of people. But you have a large multitude too that has no idea what's going on. They're completely, what word can I use, my Lord? What word can I use, my wise guides? They're like in a coma. They don't know. They can't relate or anything. We have to help them. And I am here to help them. I have been here for many lives, and I can go into details of those. And I'm looking forward to be a member of the upcoming new earth. And yes, just as you, I am going to go through all of this, and I'll be here to provide you the comfort, both spiritually and emotionally whenever I can. So I apologize for my absence in the last 6 months, but it was necessary because I was asking very, very strong questions, few questions that you have no idea how deep and how frank with the word that I was going to the universe, and they were answered. And one of those is standing before you and sharing with you what I already know. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord shine upon you. And may His goodness and His greatness that is in you, in the Spirit of God, guide you from this day forth. And may you find comfort in the sky when you look up. Look up the sky. Walk nature. If you're in the city, go to a park and walk and see. Talk to nature. Tell nature that you're grateful. Call the spirits of the earth, or the water, or the air. Tell them, Spirit of the earth, I thank you for providing the good soil that provided from my existence and the nourishment that I received for all those years of my life. Spirit of the air, thank you very much for providing for me the air to breathe and survive, which I would surely die without it. Spirit of the water, thank you for satisfying the thirst of 1,000 years. Okay? And the spirit of fire, in this case, the light, thank you for offering me warm when I was cold. And above all things, thank you for shining the path of my life that I may not live in obscurity. That is what we has to begin to do. And it begins on the 26th of May. Love and peace may reign in your daily life. And remember, the God you worship, the God you believe in, the God that you give thanks before and after a prayer. Continue giving thanks to everything. To a safe journey before you depart your house for work. Before any purpose you do, before you take a glass of water and drink the first of that, say it. I hereby give thanks for the water that I have provided for my existence. For this day forward, be thankful and blessed at everything that you can imagine that your heart will help you. And tell the Spirit of the God, talk to him. I don't care if you're in the park and you're talking, somebody looking at you, that's okay. Smile back. Trust me. They wish they would be doing the same thing you will be doing. And that is being very happy and grateful to talk to God in that manner. And God, the source, love to hear your voice and to hear you. He not only wants you to hear your prayers, asking for things. He wants to know also whether you're satisfied with the life he has provided for you and how he can make it better. And that is the truth. Good night. And so it is, my beloved friends. Godspeed.